Hey, if you are struggling to get things done, if you need more structure and organization to be more disciplined, you're going to love this video because I'm going to give you 7 simple hacks that will help you with your productivity. So let's dive into them. My name is Craig Valentine. I'm the host of Early to Rise Radio. I've written several productivity books, and today you're going to get the best of the best. Now, the first step that is going to give you more presence with your family and more productivity in the office is to make sure that you build a nice phone-free, frictionless flow. Now, this is not my phone. This is my wife's pink phone because I don't know where my phone is right now because I'm in the zone of filming videos. When I want to work, when I want to write my next book, which is sitting behind me somewhere, I just finished the first draft. I did it without my phone in the room. In fact, what I do to get into the flow, the frictionless flow, is to go phone free. I first put the phone in airplane mode. Then I turn the phone physically off. Then I put it in another room in a desk drawer. Now that is some extreme stuff, but you can bet for sure that I do not get distracted by notifications. I do not get tempted by seeing the phone there and going to Instagram or Twitter or something like that, because I do love to look at Twitter and read the news. But if I don't have that phone near me, then I'm not going to do it. And the whole point of this, the whole backdrop of this comes from food research. So there's a guy named Brian Wansink, and he did a study on M&Ms. Everybody loves M&Ms, right? Peanut M&Ms. And what he found was if you have somebody sitting at a table doing some work and there's a bowl of M&Ms here, they're going to eat a lot of them. But if you move those M&Ms across the room, they eat fewer of them. Now, if you put those M&Ms in a bowl that they can't see through, like an opaque jar, which means you can't see into the bowl, and you put them across the room, they'll eat fewer, so you can't see them. And then if you put them in another room, they'll eat even fewer. And then if you don't have them in the house, you'll eat none at all. And it's the same with your phone. You want to build a fence around yourself, and when you do that, you will get more done. You can also use the Opal app. Opal app is used by one of our head coaches, Daniel Woodrum. And this app blocks him from using text messages. It blocks him from using social media, blocks him from checking his email. It blocks everything that he tells it to block. So he could tell it just to block social media during certain hours and he does it from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Now he could just stop there, but he also wants to not be interrupted by text messages. He blocks everything except for his phone to actually work like a phone in case his wife needs to call him. And he blocks it from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. and then from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. is his work time, and 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. is his family time. And he blocks himself. So he built a fence around himself using an app. And it doesn't matter if his phone is right beside him because it can't do anything on it. But that is how you build phone-free, frictionless flow. That is one of the biggest life hacks you can ever do to increase your productivity. Now, related to that is the second one, which is toss the toxic temptations in your life and destroy your distraction. This is a distraction that needs to be destroyed. But so is Netflix. So are the books and magazines that might be sitting on your desk. As you can see, this is how my desk is all the time. It's empty of stuff. And what I want you to do the next time you're sitting at your desk is put your arms out to your side and rotate around. Everything that you can touch within that arm's radius is a distraction bomb. It's going to stop you from doing work. So if you have your remote control for your TV, if you have one of those in your office, if you have books that you normally don't read, but if you're procrastinating, you might grab a book. All these things need to be eliminated so that you destroy those distractions. Likewise, you need to toss the toxic temptations, the alcohol at night that prevents you from having a good night's sleep, which leads to you being groggy in the morning, hitting the snooze button, being behind. You got to toss that toxic temptation. No more alcohol on school nights, all right? That's the way that I describe it to my clients. Let's start there if alcohol is a problem in your life and in your productivity. No more alcohol on Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, or Thursday night. You can maybe have 1 or 2 drinks on Friday or Saturday, start there. And then what you'll realize is you feel way better in the morning with no alcohol. But you have to toss those toxic temptations. And that also includes toxic people and toxic environments. You need to stay away from the people that get into gossip, talk behind other people's backs, that bring you down, that criticize you, that are negative. You just can't be in those environments because they're going to get in your head, live rent-free in your head with their bad attitudes, and they're going to hold you down. So toss the toxic temptations and destroy distractions. Which leads us to point 3, which is say no. Say no more often. It's obvious to say no to toxic people. Hey, you want to go and get drunk at the football game on Saturday and then go do stupid things downtown? No, sorry. Hey, listen, it's just not part of my straight line to success. I got to say no. But also, you're going to get a lot of requests from people during the work week. Hey, can you jump on this meeting? Well, there's no point in me being on the meeting. Give me a summary of it. So no, I can't be on your meeting because I know that your meeting doesn't need me and you guys need to get the meeting done fast. So you rephrase it as a benefit to them. I'll just get a summary. Why don't you use otter.ai, have that set up an automated AI summary, send it to me, I'll review the meeting, and then I'll get back to you with my suggestions. Or you can just ask me a question, but you don't need me in the meeting. I don't want to interrupt. And you need to say no to those things. You need to start saying no to the small stuff so you can say yes to the big stuff in your life, which is the productivity on your books, on your courses, on becoming a better leader, on learning sales, doing all the things that are going to move you ahead on your straight line to success. The fourth thing you need to do is be ruthless about time blocking. If I looked at your calendar and saw that you had a 30-minute appointment, then a 30-minute call, then a 30-minute block of work, and then a 30-minute workout, and then a 30-minute this, man, that is death by 1,000 cuts. You're going to bleed your productivity to death with death by 1,000 cuts. You got to eliminate those transition times, because when you say, I've got a 30-minute meeting, it's not really just a 30-minute meeting. You're going to stop 15 minutes, whatever you're doing, 15 minutes before your meeting. You're going to start shutting down. You're going to kind of twiddle your thumbs. You're going to get on Zoom, wait a couple minutes, wasted time. And then at the end of the meeting, you're going to have a couple notes you're going to have to think about. You're going to take a few minutes to open up your document, get back to work, or open up your PowerPoint, get back to making the presentation. And it's just death by 1,000 cuts. You got to have big blocks of work, and you need to have your meetings scrunched together, and everything needs to be more efficient. A 30-minute meeting can become a 25-minute meeting. A 60-minute meeting should be scheduled for only 50 minutes. So you have 10 minutes to transition and get back to a work block. So make sure that you have those time blocks. You take them serious, and you protect your time in the morning when you have the greatest discipline, willpower, and intention to take action on the biggest thing in your life. Do not be taking calls, meetings, checking email, doing social first thing in the morning when you have your greatest focus. The fifth thing you need to do is make sure that you are not doing your to-do list in the morning. If you are, you're already too late. You need to do your priority to-do list in the afternoon, the day before, so that your brain works on the problem overnight. You wake up in the morning, the ideas pour out, you solve that problem fast, you solve the biggest problem first, and then you move on to the next one. The sixth thing that you need to do is eat the biggest frog. Eat the biggest frog. And that's a quote from Mark Twain, who said, if your job is to eat a frog, best thing to do is eat that frog first thing in the morning. If your job is to eat 2 frogs, best thing to do is eat that frog first, that biggest frog first. So make sure that you eat the hardest task. You got to do that right away when you have the greatest discipline, willpower, and intention. Say it with me. You have the greatest discipline, willpower, and intention first thing in the morning. And if you delay, if you procrastinate and say, I'm going to do my hardest task in the afternoon, your discipline, willpower, and intention will decrease. Your energy will decrease. Your focus will decrease. And everybody else will bring all these emails and emergencies into your life, and you'll be dealing with them and never get your big stuff done. So you have to eat that biggest frog first thing in the morning. And then finally, number 7, the 7th productivity hack is to have non-negotiable cutoffs, a deadline, a buzzer. You ever watch a football game and a basketball game? Like, so much of the action happens in the last 2 minutes or final minute. It's like, where were these guys for the 48 minutes or whatever? I was sitting here watching this boring game, and now all of a sudden you guys are trying, right? It's because the deadline of the game is coming. The final buzzer, when it goes from 3, 2, 1, game over, people are acting and taking massive action. Now, if you say, I'm going to try and get all this work done today, and you set no cutoff, well, you can kind of screw around. Parkinson's law, the task adapts and expands to fill the time allotted for it. If you have all the time in the world, the task is going to become massive and you're never going to get anything done. But if you know that you have date night tonight and you have to leave the office at 4:30 or leave your home office and get in there for date night, if you know there's a hard cutoff, you will stay focused and you will not mess around. But so many people do not have non-negotiable cutoffs. And notice how we say don't just have a cutoff, but a non-negotiable cutoff. There is absolutely no excuse for missing a non-negotiable cutoff. You have to take it very seriously. So when you put it on your calendar and you say, hey, date night tonight, I need to leave the office at 4:30, 30-minute drive home, I need 15 minutes to get ready, then we're going to leave the house at 5:30 and we're going to be at the restaurant by 6 o'clock. It's non-negotiable. If I fail in any of those, you have every right to make me sleep on the couch tonight, honey. Like, that is how serious you need to take these non-negotiables, because the non-negotiables are key. They prevent you from missing out on things, but they also force you to be effective during the day. So deadlines, boundaries are so key in life. So those are the 7 simple hacks that are going to give you the ultimate productivity in 2024. You got the phone-free, frictionless flow. You have the tossing of the toxic temptations and destroying of the distractions. You say no more often so you can say yes to what matters. You also then have ruthless time blocking, and you have a priority to-do list on the night before. Your priority to-do list is done the night before. Then you wake up in the morning and you eat that biggest frog first, And finally, you have non-negotiable cutoffs so that you don't mess around during the day and you stay focused. Those are the 7 productivity hacks that allowed me to write 4 books now and build multiple 7-figure businesses and still have 6 hours a day that I spend with my family, my wife and my 2 young girls, soon to be 3 young kids. All right, I'm Craig Ballantyne from Early to Rise Radio. This is my 7 productivity hacks. If you want more information on that, then comment down below Perfect Week Formula, and we will send you a free copy of the Perfect Week Formula book, which contains all of this stuff in greater information.